20% in one single day. What is going on, guys? And we are just warming up, especially for this Virgin Galactic Fridays episode. Welcome. That intro makes me goosebumps, guys. And if you are in the same opinion, make sure to smash the subscribe button and smash the like button, okay? Now, let's dive into those topics that we will talk in this episode. So first of all, we talk about the stock performance, then we will look into the chart if we see some trends, some opportunities into the chart of Virgin Galactic, and then we will talk about ARK investing into the most, interesting industry, in my personal opinion, that is coming for the next couple of years. And then finally, we will talk about the Q4 earnings that will be released on the 25th of February. So you will be prepared what to watch for, what I'm looking for. Let's watch this episode together. This was a little bit awkward. High five. 19.85%. What a day, right? If you're looking into the week chart, then you clearly can see that this is something that was so unexpected, but it's very, very describing the DNA of opportunity that we have here with space. And we're talking about space, for months. You can check my first videos. I didn't change my conviction, which is very high for this company, because I'm thinking they are changing the space industry. They are changing, travel around the world, and the whole week performance in total, with the gains also prior to this big jump, were in total almost 30%. So you would increase 30% of your capital just over the last week. Since our last Virgin Galactic Fridays episode, we are currently at the market cap of 7.74 billion, which is ridiculously undervalued, guys, okay? I mentioned it so many times, this will be a key player into the space industry, and people like ARK Invest coming to the table and actually wanting a piece of the space industry, you cannot come around Virgin Galactic, and that's why the stock gained so much, but we will talk about that a little bit later. I want to make sure that you understanding the opportunity here. We are going now into a very exciting couple of weeks for Virgin Galactic. First, we are going to see the earnings. We will talk about that also later in this video. We will talk about ARK Invest. And then we're coming up with the second test flight, which is like a full rehearsal, and then with the Richard Branson flight, which will be just historic. This relatively small news made a jump of 20%. What do you think the Richard Branson flight that will be broadcasted worldwide will do to the stock? Guess. Let me introduce you to GSX. Now, this amazing product was a mindchild of the Apollo FinTech people. And let me tell you, those people doing government projects in terms of blockchain and other very exciting things, and they came up with this GSX, which is something very interesting. Why? Because it's a mixture of two interesting things. Now, there's growth coins that grow over time in value, and their most focus is on growth. And then you have the stable coin, which is more of an asset-backed coin, which make it more stable, because growth can be, very high or very low because it's volatile. So Apollo FinTech said, let's combine both worlds, okay? And this is how GSX came out. And let me tell you, what they have planned for the next years.
They're actually backing the value of GSX by mines. Yes, you heard right. Gold mines, for example. And not only this is like an asset on paper, but actually you will be able as a GSX investor to go by yourself to the visitor centers of the gold mines and see for yourself what you are owning. And as they increased the quantity of the asset behind it, it will grow over time. They are expecting, or their vision is to grow GSX to a $1 coin. Just to comprehend, I mean, the coin is right now at $0.1. So huge opportunity. But that's not all. I mean, they pay dividend, they will destroy all the other coins which they cannot sell at the pre-sale. And I think that there is just one more thing that you need to know if you are interested into GSX. And this is stacking. Stacking is actually a very interesting new method for you to grow even more GSX over time. So you will send your GSX to Apollo FinTech. They will hold it for you either for 1 year, then you get 10% more GSX. You can keep it with them for 2 years, you will get 20%, and you can keep it even for 3 years and you will get 30%. Now, how to invest in GSX? Go in the link below, get some bonus, and let's go.
So let's dive into the stock chart of Virgin Galactic and those 20% gains are my favorite days. I mean, what else to say? Let's first focus on something. Is it now a situation where the stock, give up some kind of percentage? And yes, it's absolutely possible. First of all, you need to understand this is a very volatile stock. Like with many growth stocks out there, we can lose 5 to 10% every single day and each way, right? One day it can be plus 10% or minus 5% without big news even. So be prepared for this volatility. However, I see obviously the stock much higher over the next couple of weeks with the news coming up. So let's dive into it. Let's look into the RSI, which shows us if the stock is a little bit overbought. Now we are somewhere around 70 levels. Yeah, the last time where we gave up from the top, which ignition was obviously the abort of that last test flight, we saw the RSI levels here at 78, right? But that doesn't mean that once we reach this kind of levels, it's automatically, people will sell. Obviously, there's like algorithms that trade, there's traders that trade, so they are looking into this technical aspects. But what really moves the stock in the end of the day is obviously news, all right? So make sure to always understand that. Here, for example, we had RSI levels just at 68 and the stock sold off. Here we were somewhere around 73. So, every time we are reaching, here was a very overbought situation, and this was without big news even, I guess. This was like just back in February where the overall stock market went to higher and higher and higher levels. So you can see here that it was absolutely interesting to watch these levels here. Also here 92 even, right? And here also you saw a sell-off then once those, let's say, crazy levels are reached. Now, other than that, we are just escaped from the Bollinger Band. We went through the resistance that I showed, I think, yesterday also in my video. So there was actually two reasons for the stock to break out, just not only yesterday. Yesterday, the main reason was obviously ARK, but the day before we had also a couple of nice days. So we started here on the 4th of January where the stock was around 23. We had a nice run up to 26.66. This was because here you see, maybe I can zoom in so you can see it more clearly. Here there was an outbreak of a resistance, and as you can see, the next resistance in my personal opinion was then just at 32. So you had all of this, so I guess what happened was the stock breaks through this price here at around, 25 maybe, and then traders went inside, algorithms went inside, people put orders inside their broker that once the stock break out here, buy some stock, and that's why you saw, this gain here since the 11th of Jan, where we was still below this resistance. So, it was like a trigger, intraday the stock went a little bit higher here, and then it was triggered to go from 24.92 until 27.56, and then obviously we had the huge day yesterday, which gave the stock a push above 33 levels. Now the most important part is to really keep this area here, so I hope that if it goes down as it seems in the pre-market, that we hold this resistance here at around $32. Okay, this would be interesting, and as you can see here, we are still holding over $32 here, so I'm super much excited about that. And and other than that, then the next big thing would be to 35 in my personal opinion, and then we are ready to go to new all-time highs, guys. Okay, and this is exactly where I want to go with you, with this stock, absolutely to the freaking moon.
Cathie Wood shocked the world again. At least the space world. So I was so amazed when this was announced. ARK Invest plans an ARK X fund or ETF that is specialized on space exploration, which is fantastic. I mean, ARK Invest is such a big name meanwhile in the investing world, specifically in the crisis that we had just a couple of months. I think that their PR and name and everything they said before when they were called crazy, some of that went really, really viral. Do you remember Cathie was at CNBC and saying, Tesla will be a $4,000 stock? Well, it happened much earlier than we all expected, and even she expected. Everyone was wrong. Cathie Wood was right. And that's why, people now excited, super excited, because this is the next big thing for this industry. So usually you have to understand that an ETF is like a basket full of stocks, right? So they will put a little bit of Virgin Galactic inside, they will put a little bit of other stocks inside that are somewhere around the space industry, right? And then they will offer this to invest for you, and they will manage it so you don't have to worry about it. They will sell and add some stocks as per their research, as they feel it is the best for their client. And now you are thinking, okay, how good are they? Let's have a look. I mean, this is their main fund, ARKK as a ticker symbol. And if you are just looking into the 1 year performance, then you can see that this fund or this ETF made 170% profit, guys. This is insane. This is a really, really big increase for an ETF that is specialized on innovation and has such a niche and such a great team. I mean, there are some really smart people around Cathie Wood at ARK Invest, and that's why I'm super bullish on ARK Invest for the long term, and I think this is a great thing. So if you are considering to purchase an ETF, look into those ARK ETFs. They are really nice. But there's one more thing. I watched just recently a video of Shamas Palihapitiya, our chairman, right? And if I'm thinking about smart people, he's on the very top of the list. So I was talking, about this in my previous video, but I want to emphasize this one more time. He was asked if he invests also to other coins, not only Bitcoin, but other coins. And he said, well, you could do this also when the smartphone came out, right? You could say, okay, the smartphone will change the industry, so I invest into the top 5. Apple, Samsung, Xiaomi,
maybe Nokia and Motorola, you know, this kind of small basket, and you will feel like secure, right? But actually, this is just a undersign that you might not have the knowledge and the research power, and just, you know, really want to take it to the next level, because you are much better, and this is proven by records of profit. You could be much way better when you were investing in the number one. So, which would be Apple, or in the other case, in the EV market, Tesla, or in the space market, in my personal opinion, Virgin Galactic. So think about that, and how you really research stocks, and how you find this kind of stocks like Virgin Galactic and Tesla, the stocks that we are talking about here, the 10x stocks. Check out x10masterclass.com. Really, from my heart, this is huge value that you will get there if you sign up for my online course. 100 unpublished videos. You will get a lifetime access to my Discord chat. We will talk about, you know, the whole time between those videos, 24 hours, about space and other companies, and I'm posting their things prior to posting it on my channel, obviously. And also you will get like an Excel sheet with 107 points that you can put the data in that I'm asking you, and then you will see how big of a conviction your investment, your stock that you found as a X10 stock could be. So check it out, x10masterclass.com, my very personal product for you to create tremendous value. So for the Q4 earnings release, I want to dive with you in the Q3 quarterly releases that we had back in November 2020. I remember I streamed this live, and I promise you guys I will be streaming in just less than a month. I just missing it so much, so I can't wait. But you know, I want to just go through it. First of all, the presentation got better and better. Second of all, I want to show you what I'm really looking forward, because there's just a couple of things that I'm looking forward to. There's not big of a revenue, obviously, right? There's not big costs that will change dramatically or anything else. There will be no surprises into the financials itself. What I really will look forward is some updates, okay? So let us dive into it. So obviously there will be some updates on, I guess, the reservation system. Wow, I mean, just as a side note, this looks like a spaceship itself already, the spaceport in New Mexico. Very nice picture. Anyway, so because he said that they will put down the, I think, first step initiative, which will be replaced by something else, right? So I hope that we will have some kind of update on how they want to allow people to book the experience, because as sooner as the people can book, as sooner we can have some revenue, as better for the company status, obviously. And then the next big thing is that they will definitely give us an update on the spaceship, right? And they will also give us a new timeline, which is also important. I assume, unfortunately, due to the health crisis, due to the abort test flight, there will be more movement into Richard Branson flight into beginning of Q2 2021, which is, in my personal opinion, expected and should not be a surprise for so many. It will be maybe a little bit negative on the stock when it's announced itself, because, you know, it's just such a volatile stock still. But otherwise, I can expect here a movement of the timeline. Then an update on the second spaceship. I would love also so much an update on the Mach 3 airplane, because it's just the future of Virgin Galactic. We just saw a render, we don't know what's happening behind the scenes, so I would love, really would love to see what is currently going on in the team of Virgin Galactic working on this Mach 3 airplane that will bring us a revolution into the private plane industry. Now, the next big thing, and actually final thing, here you can see it was retiring one small step program on the end of 2020. And here, this will be, maybe in my personal opinion, the most important number. So we had back in our pool 900 potential people that either put down a deposit already, that put down a small deposit already, that actually, you know, will go to space, that are very serious people, and this is just the beginning. I hope that we can gain on this number in the next quarter earnings. I hope that this will be close to 1,000 or 1,200. You know, an increase of this number is so important to show that it's just, you know, an amazing demanded product where people really want to go into space with this amazing brand. Okay, yeah, and then, you know, some financials, obviously how much cash they burned, but I think it will be in the number of 60-70 million like it was before. And for the financials, there's not that big of a change, and therefore, yeah, these are the things that I'm looking forward to, and definitely you will know it here first how I think about the Q4 earnings.